Hi, you guys. I'm back. Keiki, what do you want me to call you? Yeah, you're early. You were the first. Hi, Madeline.
Most debit cards just.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Hey man, I don't know who need to hear this.
Wow, that's crazy.
They saying your glow up needs to be studied.
Alexa, okay.
Your glow up really needs to be studied, sis.
Excuse me.
All your old friends, your old peers, siblings, relatives, people that knew you growing up. You got a lot of these people in disbelief right now, bro. The way you look right now, you even got people in your, co-workers, people that knew of you, knew about you, seen you before. These people really is shocked.
What time is it for y'all?
Glow up about you, bro. They never expected you to really lock in with yourself and put so much work, into yourself, bro. You put all your energy into yourself. They starting to see this about you, man. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, man. I don't know who on the other side of this camera right now, bro. But they saying your glow up needs to be studied, bro. Your glow up needs to be studied, sis. You actually got these people fucked up because they was expecting you to still be at that low point in your life. They was expecting you to really,
Someone say something so I can make sure my comments are working.
And you really fooled everybody because you had them people really thinking you wasn't really putting in no work or, working towards your goals and shit. The whole time you was building.
Okay, there you are.
Building some shit that can't nobody really take from you.
Good morning, you guys. Who saw me sleeping last night?
They know you was one of them ones that was really standing on business. You was standing on business for years. Most of y'all has been for years, bro. Y'all been standing on that business for years, bro. On that front line. And these people fucked up because they thought they was on your level. And they not on your level, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, sis. These people, they looking at you in this season and they think it's a facade, bro. They think you putting on a mask. They think you masking your glow up. They think you really not, shining the way you shining, bro. Because they was faking. They really wasn't.
Be sober.
You transformed your whole fucking life. And they sick.
Do you even know what sober means?
They thought they was better than you, man. These the same people that tried to really, the same people that was talking down on you. You really like.
Good morning, Yuri. Harvey's not awake yet.
Making sure you don't shine. Those same people.
You're crying, bruh.
They regret, for real.
Are you crying because of why I think you're crying?
They know they could.
Thank you for the likes, you guys.
Right on the side of you. They could have been shining right on the side of you, man. But they wanted to come up against you, bro. But your glow up, hey, they really saying your glow up needs to be studied.
Sleeping so adorably? Yeah, she is.
All those people, although these people really, they hating that shit. And some of them just got a problem with this glow up about you. Most of them really, they actually inspired and
hi, Sarah. Good morning, Sarah.
All that work you putting in, they actually admiring this.
I know, that is random as fuck.
They see that you somebody.
They're like, be sober with a period. Like, what? And then they swipe away.
Belittle you. They try to, a lot of people try to keep you down. But people looking for you.
Hi, Layla.
They trying to see, where is this sauce coming from? Where is this new burst of energy coming from, bro? You got it, man. They really want some of that.
Hi, Layla.
For real, man.
I know.
Right now, bro.
I know, bro.
Really the definition of what they can't find, man. And I just said this in my last video. This shit real facts. This is factual right now, man. Y'all know I'm gonna come and give y'all some gems every time I come here. It's all motivation. Bro. I'm gonna come motivational every time, bro, and tell y'all the truth every time. So yeah, man. They really
I'll be right back.
saying your glow up needs to be studied, though, bro.
Never mind.
It needs to be studied, sis. You shining, man. You shining on the level. Hey, they ain't expect to come from you. They didn't expect this from you, man, because they thought you was gonna be down forever.
Haters gonna hate, but they'll never admit they're hating. Exactly.
You know, that shit like a, like a stepping stool, bro. You stepped over every hard time that occurred in your life, and this is the
Thank you for the likes, you guys.
Shining so bright right now, man. So you really gotta keep shining.
I know. I love them, bruh. I wish I could literally make everybody go to Twitch.
And I'm gonna tap out of this boy with y'all, man. Y'all know I'm gonna come and give y'all some gems every time I come on here, man. So I ain't a gift as a human that we.
Hey, Mr. Penguin. Hey, Patty.
Spiritual gifts. One of our spiritual.
Wait, I'm hating. Now what? Bruh.
If you don't know how to use it, then it's gonna be uncontrollable. Like, have you ever seen like a Harry Potter, any type of movie or show where they got powers and a wand or magic or whatever, and they don't know how to use it yet, and it be uncontrollably destroying their life? Same thing with manifesting. It's a power, it's a gift. So if you don't know how to use it, you can be uncontrollably manifesting bullshit in your life, and that's what's happening to everybody. Unless they taught this, and they don't teach you this in school. Most people.
Thank you so much.
Taught in the household. So it's shit you have to learn on your own.
Thank you so much for the likes. Hi, Elias. Good morning, Elias. Good morning, Sarah. Make sure you guys sub to each other.
They don't teach you how to manifest. Consciously manifesting and law of attraction are two different things. Law of attraction like to tell you to sit back and wait for it to come to you, and it make it seem hard and like you got to do all these different techniques. And when you reality, all you got to do is have your thoughts on your mind, and you won't manifest it into reality. There's so many different ways to have it on your mind. You can visualize it on your mind. You can robot it on your mind. You can just regularly affirm it on your mind. You can write it down.
Cheers. Good morning.
You can play it in your voice, in your own voice.
You're off school because of a snow day? Bruh, W.
You can take action for it to be on your mind, whatever you got to do.
Thank you for the likes, you guys. Who's doing sub for sub?
Only thing that you will ever manifest is something that comes to either your subconscious or your conscious. Everything you ever manifested in your life is either your subconscious or your conscious. You know what I'm saying? So focus on that.
You can't save my life. Only God can save my life.
Whatever.
So please sit down somewhere, Gilliana, because you're not saving anyone.
Now,
only God can do that. So stay in your place, child.
The more the better. I like to surround.
My life is beautiful. You don't even know me. So stop trying to save my life. My life is beautiful. I'm not killing myself. Are you okay? Do you need help or something?
Positive things as well. So I overwhelm myself with positive things. I overwhelm myself with what I want. I live in that world.
Yeah, I'm totally killing myself. Guys, help! I'm gonna die! No! I'm killing myself, guys! I'm committing suicide! No!
It's very easy.
Yeah, I need a lot of help. Can you help me, or are you just fucking useless?
Shifting is just living in that.
Can you help me, or are you just here to comment dumb shit on my live? That's gonna help me so much. Help! Help, guys! Gilliana's gonna help me. Gilliana, help! I'm gonna die. No. Hi, Serenity. Guys, Gilliana is a freaking lifesaver. She's gonna help me in the comments. Let's see it, Gilliana. Giuliana, make sure you bring your cape and your Superman logo. And oh, you're not Giuliana? Well, your name on YouTube says Giuliana. Oh, wait. You're probably Giuliana's daughter or Giuliana's son. Oh, now I'm a dumbass. Because some catfish is mad that I don't know their name because I'm not a fucking psychic. Sorry, catfish. My bad. What's your name, catfish? Go ahead and tell us your name, bud. What's your name, catfish? Tell us your name. Oh, God. Another 7-year-old telling me how to live my life. Maybe I should just listen to 7-year-olds, guys. Oh, it's actually Kayla. Well, Kayla, guess what? We're here to make friends and talk. We're not here to be told how to live life by a little girl. You don't know anything about life, so sit down somewhere. You probably just learned how to write your name in English. Hi, soccer girl. Do you even know how to write in cursive yet? Giuliana's daughter, Kayla. Hi, Macy. Like, you're not gonna save me from shit, little girl. You need saving from your homework. Like, do you need help on your math homework? Like, calm down. Calm down, little girl. You're not saving me from shit. You're just repeating what you heard in your little dare class. You don't know anything about fucking, you don't even know what I'm smoking. So just sit down somewhere, Kayla. Thank you for the likes. Macy, what are you up to? Okay, Roblox. Hey, do you have any last words, Giuliana, before I fucking take your privilege of talking in my comments away because you're not saying anything worth listening to? Do you have any last words, Kayla? Any last words for you, Kayla? Is there any dumbass shit that you need to say before you get fucking timed out or what? Because you thought I gave a fuck, didn't you? You thought I gave a fuck, huh? Isn't it crazy how people just think I give a fuck? They don't even like, what makes you think I give a fuck? Thank you, Sarah, for being so sweet. Are you done saying bullshit in my chat, Kayla? Yes or no? Fa! Thank you for being so sweet, Sarah. Make sure you follow Sarah back. Nothing. I'm just about to roast this little bitch if she don't leave me alone. Okay, cool. Can someone please sub to Elias? Oh, also follow my friend Macy. She's so beautiful. Can you guys sub to each other? Yeah, I was about to freaking roast her, soccer girl. Yeah, can you guys all sub to each other, please? You're gonna upload a dance? Okay, Macy. You guys, Macy is so gorgeous, by the way, and she's British. Guys, sub to PFALs too. PFALs is one of my friends. If you're one of my friends, make sure you sub to everyone. Guys, who missed Giuliana? Who missed this random ass bitch? Guys, who missed Kayla? Did anybody miss this random with 0 subs? Or does anybody know Kayla? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to figure out, like, why does this girl think that she's like the center of attention? Like, do you really think anybody cares, Kayla? You really think that I'm gonna feel bad about anything you say? I don't know. Just post a cute one and tell us when you're done uploading it. Yeah. Kayla, you're done chatting in my comments. So do you have any last words? Does anyone here care about my opinion or no? Any last words, Kayla? It looks like you're all alone, Kayla. It looks like nobody here agrees with you. So I'm trying to figure out why you think you're so cool. You have any last words before I time you out? You're literally a random. You don't have any subs. Like, what are you talking about? Miss Kayla is Gilliana. Gilliana, I said, do you have anything else you want to tell the chat before we say goodbye to you? Since you're so tough. Yeah, Mr. Penguin and Soccer sub to each other. Kayla, you're tough, right? You're the only one here with a white name, Kayla. You kind of look like a stranger. $210? Damn, Serenity. Yeah. Is that the last comment you wanted to say, or is that all you wanted to say? Because you're about to get blocked. Is that all you wanted to say, little girl? Like, is this all you came here to do? Because we're chilling and we think you stink. Bruh, Serenity just roasted her, bruh. You're at 2 subs? Bruh, somebody follow Elias. Try smelling your own breath. She said, try smelling your own breath. She's not even old enough to have YouTube. That's crazy, bruh. I'm sitting here arguing with a freaking kindergartner. Hi, Marley. Marley, my bad. Hi, Marley. I haven't talked to you in a while. Thank you for the likes, you guys. I'm gonna start counting to see who the fuck you think you're talking to. Just read their name, Marley. That's Sarah. Bro, you just got roasted. No, she didn't get banned. She got roasted and she left. Because she's not actually hating. She just wanted to see if she could get me to talk to her. That's what the new people do, you guys. They're sitting here trying to find ways to get me to react to something. It's not that they hate me. It's just that they want to see if they can control the live. So they're trying to say something that's random instead of vibing with us. They're just saying something random because they want to mess up the vibe. Which only a pussy would want to do that anyway. No, don't kick her out of here. I just want to, because y'all got to understand something. These people are only doing this because they're insecure. So why would I show insecurity if they're the one that's already insecure? Y'all, don't be fooled by words, you guys. They're insecure. That's why they do it. It's not that I'm insecure and they're talking shit. They're insecure. I'm the confident one. So how is it going to hurt me? I don't, Marley. You haven't been on my live in like over a month. So I don't even know what you're talking about. My live got shadow banned. So I got shadow banned because of music. And also, if you had haters, Marley, you'd be cussing them out too. So I'm a grown ass man. I can cuss out all my haters. All my haters can suck my dick, Marley. So yeah. Even if you're an underage hater, still kiss my ass. $144, bruh, W. But yeah, guys, y'all have to understand something. People come in here and they try to tell me this and that. But then they act like I'm supposed to be nice. But they're like, oh, no, he's not being nice to me anymore. Oh, no, I'm on his bad side. Bruh, that's your fault for coming in here and acting like you need to control me. Everyone comes in here and they have two fucking choices. Either you can accept the fact that I'm a 29-year-old man that does what the fuck he wants and is fucking nice, or get the fuck off my live. You don't fucking sit here and yell at your TV like, hey, you're 29. Hey, you just cussed. No, it's a fucking rated R movie, you fucking idiot. So stop coming on my live and complaining about what the fuck I'm doing on my live. Hi, Jack. $2.98? Damn. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, brother. Shout out to God. Oh, you have 3, Elias? Don't worry, you're gonna start getting more subs, Elias, because my channel's not shadow banned anymore, so we're good. But I gotta get my lives back going because we lost a lot of views and a lot of subs. Yes, W Jesus. Who wants to know a secret about life that a lot of people don't understand? If enough people say me, I'll tell it. Katie, you have 57? Damn. Okay, who wants to know something about the Bible that people don't understand? Or not about Bible, but just about how life was created. Your birthday's tomorrow and it's snowing outside, Shane? Damn. My day's amazing. Okay, do y'all really want to hear about this? Or, because if y'all don't care about God, then I'm not going to talk about it. Bruh, W. Okay. Just for the last time, who wants to hear this? It's okay, Mr. Penguin. Don't worry. They help us get more famous. More haters equals more subs equals more subs for everyone. Okay. Hi, soccer girl. Okay, I'm about to tell y'all something about God that people don't understand. Wait, who here actually cares about God? Don't just say that because I'm saying it. Who here actually thinks about God even like before I said it? Like before you turned on the live. So what is God to y'all? Just before I start, what do y'all use God for? Who is God to y'all? Like, who is he in your life? Not just who is he. Who is he in your life? Your king? Okay, if you don't use him, then what do you know him as in reality? The creator. Good shit. Your savior? Good shit. A helper? Good job, Katie. Well, Tell us what you're sad about, Hannah, and you should participate in the conversation. Good job, Mr. Penguin. Okay, all that stuff is true, you guys. But here's the thing. Who knows about Adam and Eve? Who are Adam and Eve? You're reading the Bible, Elias? Page 72? Who are Adam and Eve? The first humans ever? Hi, Bella. We're talking about God. So, okay. How come he told them not to eat the apple? Booger. Noise. Okay. Good job, Elias. Why did God tell them not to do it? Damn. Was it an unlisted video or a private video? What up, SK? Yay! Good job, Elias. Good job, Elias. Who's seen Elias's comment? It wasn't private? That's weird. That's freaking weird, Bella. And he said to me, do I love God? And yes. That is low-key, you can fell off. Bruh, Squirm, I don't know what that last part meant, but I'm glad that you said that. You're built different? Oh yeah, I forgot you're built different. Let me know if anybody wants to talk to Stella. Who knows who Stella is? So Elias. Okay, Isabella. Tell her that you can hide anyone you want, and also tell her that if someone's weird, you can look them up and get their information. Yes, Stella is the AI. Let me check my Snapchat, guys. Because eating the apple meant rejecting God's authority. Good job. Good job, Katie. Okay, so we're gonna ask Stella to tell us why Adam and Eve were not supposed to eat the apple, okay? All right, let's see what Stella says, you guys. Miss Bite! Is anybody new? Guys, who's new? Oh, Bella's new, by the way. Squirm, Elias. You might not know Elias, Miss Bite. All right, let's see what I told Stella to tell us the entire story and meaning of Adam and Eve. Not the entire, but the real story. Oh yeah, Katie is kind of new, Miss Bite. Oh, Mr. Penguin is kind of new.
The story of Adam and Eve sits at the opening of the book of Genesis. On the surface, it looks simple. 2 humans, a garden, a forbidden tree, a serpent, exile. But across history, the story became a multi-layered mirror for religion, psychology, and culture. Let's look at the 3 main layers people have pulled from it. 1. The original narrative, ancient meaning. In the ancient text, God places Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. They may eat any fruit except from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. A serpent convinces Eve to eat the fruit. She shares it with Adam.
What the fuck? Did I just hear a flute? Guys, by the way, our watch hours are going up, you guys, so we're about to unlock donations and super chats and memberships. Okay, let me restart this shit.
Adam and Eve sits at the opening of the book of Genesis. On the surface, it looks simple. 2 humans, a garden, a forbidden tree, a serpent, exile. But across history, the story became a multi-layered mirror for religion, psychology, and culture. Let's look at the 3 main layers people have pulled from it. 1. The original narrative, ancient meaning. In the ancient text, God places Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. They may eat any fruit except from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
What the?
The serpent
Oh, they did the flute thing because the words are in bold.
Convinces Eve to eat the fruit. She shares it with Adam and culture. Let's look at the 3 main layers people have pulled from it. 1. The original narrative, ancient meaning. In the ancient text, God places Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. They may eat any fruit except from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. A serpent convinces Eve to eat the fruit. She shares it with Adam. Their eyes open and they become aware of themselves. They are expelled from the garden. To ancient readers, this story explained why humans experience suffering, work, shame, and mortality. Before the fruit, innocent garden. To ancient readers, this story explained why humans experience suffering, work, shame, and mortality. Before the fruit, innocence. After the fruit, awareness and consequence. It's essentially an origin story for the human condition. The 2, religious interpretation, theological meaning. Within Christianity and Judaism, the story became the foundation for ideas like the fall of humanity. Humans move from innocence to a broken world. Moral awareness. Eating the fruit symbolizes gaining knowledge of good and evil. Free will. Adam and Eve had a choice and made it. In Christianity, this event becomes known as original sin, the idea that humanity inherited a flawed moral state. 3. Psychological interpretation, modern.
All right, that's only half of it, but can someone tell me why this matters? What she just said? Bruh, W299. Why, Elias?
Meaning. Modern thinkers often read the story symbolically. The garden becomes a metaphor for
Yes, tell me, Mr. Penguin.
childlike consciousness. The fruit represents self-awareness. The moment they eat the fruit, they notice their bodies, they feel shame, they realize they can die. In psychological terms, it describes the birth of human self-consciousness. Modern thinkers often read the story symbolically.
It matters because if they didn't have to eat from it, we wouldn't have to suffer to pay for food. Or when women have babies, they do have to hurt. Damn. Wait, Elias, what grade are you in?
The garden becomes a metaphor for childlike consciousness. The fruit represents self-awareness. The moment they eat the fruit, they notice their bodies, they feel shame, they realize they can die. In psychological terms, it describes the birth of human self-consciousness, a shift from innocent existence, reflective awareness. That shift creates both intelligence and suffering.
Damn.
Nash Chubber 4. Cultural
You're really
influence.
smart, Elias.
The Adam and Eve story shaped enormous parts of Western culture. It influenced ideas about morality, temptation, gender roles, responsibility, human nature. You can see echoes of it in literature, philosophy, and art for centuries. Painters like
really,
Michelangelo
Katie?
even depicted the moment of temptation on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. The image of the apple and serpent became one of the most recognizable symbolic scenes in human history. Son of 5. The deeper pattern the story describes.
Oh, okay,
The
Mr.
narrative
Penguin.
captures something universal.
That's freaking
The moment
awesome,
humans
Mr.
become
Penguin.
aware of themselves, they also inherit responsibility.
That's awesome, Mr. Penguin. Okay, guys, why does Adam and Eve and innocence and mortality and all the stuff that happen, why does all that matter even in 2026? Oh, you're going to school? Good morning, Kiki. You can tell them that yourself. They're not going to sub to you just because I tell them to, Mr. Penguin. You're going to be a good YouTuber, Penguin. You just have to post and stop asking for subs. Post every day, Mr. Penguin, and people are going to start seeing you. I know you guys don't understand me sometimes when I say this, but I didn't get to where I'm at by asking people to sub. I got to where I'm at because it's hard not to see me. You have to be memorable and you have to be creative. Don't try to be like people or try to get views. Create stuff that came from you. Be an artist. But anyways, back to the conversation. Why is this Adam and Eve story important? We're about to ask Stella why.
Anxiety, moral choice, the knowledge that life ends. In other words, consciousness brings both freedom and burden. One simple way to see the story. The garden represents being alive without self-reflection. The fruit represents awareness. Once awareness appears, there is no returning to the garden. Humanity must now navigate knowledge, consequences, and choice. In a strange way, this story survived thousands of years because it captures a question every person eventually confronts. What does it mean to wake up and realize you exist? That question echoes through philosophy, religion, and psychology even today.
Hi, Hesso. Yes, exactly, Mr. Penguin.
The story of Adam and Eve from the book of Genesis is strangely relevant to 2026 because the core transition in the story is happening again, just on a civilizational scale. Not literally with fruit and gardens, but with knowledge and awareness. Number 1.
Okay,
Humanity
Katie.
just ate another fruit. In the story, the turning point happens when humans gain knowledge they didn't have before. Suddenly they see things they couldn't see before. Right now, something similar is happening with technologies like artificial intelligence. AI is doing for knowledge what the fruit symbolized in the story, exposing patterns, accelerating understanding, removing informational barriers. In other words, humanity is suddenly seeing more than it used to.
Okay, Elias.
Power and instability. 2. Awareness always creates discomfort. In the Genesis story, once Adam and Eve gain awareness, they immediately notice vulnerability, responsibility, consequences. Their innocence disappears. The same dynamic appears in modern society. As people gain more information through the internet and AI, they also become aware of social systems, psychological patterns, manipulation,
Keep forgetting what?
problems. Awareness expands. Comfort often shrinks.
I didn't look at it yet,
End of
Trinity.
innocent cycles. The story can be read as a pattern that repeats throughout history. Whenever knowledge expands quickly, societies go through a phase of confusion, anxiety, adaptation. We saw this with the printing press, the scientific revolution, the internet, AI, and data are simply the next wave of that pattern. Responsibility increases knowledge. In the garden story, once knowledge appears, Adam and Eve can no longer live the same way. They now have to navigate moral decisions. Modern society is entering a similar phase. Technology now allows humans to influence information flows, culture, economies, even biological systems. The more powerful knowledge becomes, the more responsibility it creates. Number 5, the psychological relevance. On an individual level, the Adam and Eve story still describes a personal experience people go through. The moment someone becomes deeply self-aware, they start noticing things like their impulses, their habits, their influence on others, the consequences of their actions. That shift from unconscious living to conscious living is the same transition the story describes. The real reason the story still matters. The narrative from Garden of Eden isn't just about ancient religion. It describes a timeless pattern: innocence, knowledge, responsibility. Human beings keep repeating that transition at different scales. Individuals go through it, cultures go through it, civilizations go through it. And in 2026, with AI, global networks, and unprecedented access to information, humanity is arguably standing in another moment that feels like taking a bite from a new tree of knowledge. Once knowledge expands, there is no returning to the garden. The only path forward is learning how to live with what we now see.
Okay, guys. Is the story of Adam and Eve, does it scare you? Yes or no? Meow.
The story of Adam and Eve in the book of Genesis is often misread as life is punishment. That interpretation shows up in some traditions, but if you step back and read the structure of the story itself, the message is actually different. It reads more like a description of what happens when awareness appears inside a creature that used to live purely by instinct. Let's unpack it. 1. The garden represents unconscious harmony. The Garden of Eden is a place where nothing is questioned, no anxiety, no shame, no long-term planning. In other words, the state animals mostly live in. Life is simple because self-reflection hasn't appeared yet. 2. The fruit represents consciousness. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil isn't just about morality. Knowing good and evil, in ancient language, meant gaining the ability to evaluate and judge reality. The moment they eat the fruit, they notice their bodies, they feel embarrassment, they realize they can disobey, they understand consequences. This is basically the birth of human self-awareness. 3. Awareness changes the rules of existence. Once awareness appears, life cannot function the same way anymore. You can't unknow things. You can't return to instinct-only living. So the story shows Adam and Eve leaving the garden. That moment symbolizes human beings entering a world where they must now think, choose, and work. The curse is actually responsibility. When the story says humans will now experience things like labor, pain, mortality, it isn't necessarily describing punishment. It's describing the cost of conscious existence.
Guys, I have a question that I need y'all to answer, okay? Hi, Jaquela. Has God ever made a mistake before? I'm not asking you to give me the right answer. This is not a trivia question. I'm asking you a real question. I'm not telling y'all to give me the right answer. I'm asking you if God has ever messed up in your life. Is there anything in life that you wish that God did not allow to happen? What did Mary say? All right, let's see what Stella has to say about it.
Awareness brings creativity, language, culture, love, but it also brings anxiety, moral struggle, responsibility, both arrive together. Count of 5. The deeper message. Seen this way, the story isn't saying life is punishment. It's saying something more subtle.
Hi,
Consciousness
Luna.
transforms existence. Once a being becomes aware of itself and the world, life becomes meaningful, complicated, creative, difficult, all at once. To summarize it, before the fruit, life simply happens. After the fruit, life becomes something you must participate in and navigate. The story is less about punishment and more about the birth of the human condition. Awareness is the gift. Awareness is also the burden. Both sides arrive in the same moment.
Yeah, but
that question has hovered over the story of Adam and Eve for thousands of years. People have wrestled with exactly that tension in the pages of the book of Genesis. If humans end up suffering after gaining awareness, why wouldn't that mean the Creator made a mistake? The interesting thing is that the story itself quietly hints that it wasn't an accident. It reads more like a transition that was always going to happen. Here are a few ways scholars and thinkers have understood it. 1. The garden was a starting place, not the final destination. In the narrative, humans begin in the Garden of Eden, but they are not described as fully developed beings.
all right, guys, I'm going to restart this. I just now asked Stella, was the Garden of Eden, like, is Adam and Eve God's, like, first mistake, basically? Let's see what she says.
Thousands of years. People have that question has hovered over the story of Adam and Eve for thousands of years.
Hi, Jessica.
People have wrestled with exactly that tension in the pages of the book of Genesis. If humans end up suffering after gaining awareness, why wouldn't that mean the Creator made a mistake? The interesting thing is that the story itself quietly hints that it wasn't an accident. It reads more like a transition that was always going to happen. Here are a few ways scholars and thinkers have understood it. 1. The garden was a starting place, not the final destination.
Hi, you guys.
In the narrative, humans begin in the Garden of Eden, but they are not described as fully developed beings yet. They are innocent, but also undeveloped. They don't know good and evil. They don't understand responsibility. They don't create culture or
Braniel.
civilization.
Hi, Braniel.
So one interpretation is that the garden is like childhood. Childhood is not a mistake. It's a stage. Leaving childhood is painful, but it's also necessary for growth. Number 2, freedom requires real choices. If humans were created with freedom, then the possibility of disobedience had to exist. Otherwise, the choice wouldn't be real. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil represents that boundary. Without the option to cross it, humans would simply be programmed creatures, not moral agents. From that angle, the story is less about a mistake and more about the risk built into freedom. 3. The story may be describing a necessary evolution. Many modern interpreters see the story as symbolic of humanity's transition from instinct-based living to conscious living. Animals live without moral dilemmas. Humans don't. Once consciousness appears, life becomes complicated, but it also becomes creative and meaningful. So the shift is not necessarily a fall from perfection. It's more like the beginning of human history. Master 4. The narrative still contains hope. Something often overlooked is that the story doesn't end with total abandonment. Even after the exile, the text describes God continuing to interact with humanity, clothing Adam and Eve, speaking to their descendants, guiding the unfolding story. That suggests the outside world was not simply punishment. It was the arena where human life would now unfold. The tension the story intentionally leaves us with. The Genesis story refuses to fully resolve the question you asked. It leaves readers with two truths that sit side by side. Consciousness creates suffering. Consciousness also creates meaning. Without awareness, there would be no art, love, language, or choice.
Hi, Katie.
But awareness also brings anxiety, mortality,
Hi,
and
Serenity. Hi,
responsibility.
Banya. Hi,
The story
Sarah.
seems less interested in blaming God for a mistake and more interested in describing the paradox of being human. We gain the ability to know the world. And once that happened, life could never be simple again. That way of seeing it is actually very close to how many philosophers and mystics have read the story of Adam and Eve in the book of Genesis. Not as a tale about punishment, but as the moment when awareness becomes entangled with identity. Let's look at the structure of what you're pointing to. 1. Awareness versus identity. Identity is the collection of things we call me. Name, memories, personality, roles, beliefs, history. Those things change constantly. Awareness is different. It is simply the capacity to experience whatever is happening. Thoughts appear in it, emotions appear in it, perceptions appear in it. In that sense, awareness is not one of the objects inside experience. It's the space where experience happens. 2. The infinite possibility feeling.
I love you, Katie. Bye, Katie.
When someone notices that awareness exists
Thank you so
prior
much
to
for the
any
likes,
particular
guys.
identity, something interesting happens. Identity stops feeling like a fixed container. It starts feeling more like a role that awareness can move through. That's where the sense of open possibility comes from. Not because the universe suddenly becomes magical, but because the mind stops treating every thought or role as the absolute center of reality. Why the Adam and Eve story can be read this way. If the fruit in the story symbolizes self-awareness, then the exile...
Guys, Bronyell is Korean, by the way.
Can also be seen as the moment identity becomes tangled with that awareness. Humans begin to say, I am this, I am that, I am good, I am bad. The narrative becomes heavy, but awareness itself still exists beneath all those labels. 4. The freedom you're describing. The freedom many contemplative traditions talk about is not escaping life. It's recognizing that identity is something awareness uses, not something awareness is trapped inside. That doesn't erase personality or roles. It simply loosens their grip. You can still play the role of a creator, a friend, a performer, a thinker, but the roles become movements, not prisons. 5. A grounded way to see it. From a practical standpoint, two things remain true at the same time. Human identities still operate in the world. Awareness is the field in which those identities appear. Recognizing that can create a sense of spaciousness. Not
Thank you so
infinite
much for the
power, but
likes,
room to
guys.
move. A simple
Who's here
way to
right
say
now?
what you described might be.
If you're here
Identity
right now,
is
say sub to me. I'm
awareness is the
here.
stage. The costume changes scene to scene.
Everyone
The
put the
stage
shush
is what allows
emoji, and
the whole
everyone
play to
follow
exist.
everyone who puts the shush emoji. Just put the shush emoji.
If we translate everything you've been circling into something your generation can actually recognize in daily life, the
Everyone put
object
this
isn't really
emoji.
a
If they put
religious
this
symbol
emoji, then
anymore.
please follow them.
It's attention. Not in the casual sense of pay attention, but in the deeper sense of the thing your awareness
All you
locks
gotta do
onto.
is click on the blue
Your
name
generation is
and go to
orbiting that
channel,
realization, whether people
and
use
then go to
philosophical
channel and
language
subscribe
or
to
not.
them. And make sure you look at like one of their
The
videos.
modern fruit. In the story of Adam and Eve from the book of Genesis, the turning point is the tree of the knowledge of good. If we translate everything you've been circling into something your generation can actually recognize in daily life, the object
Thank you
isn't
guys. I
really
love
a
you guys so
religious
much.
symbol anymore. It's attention. Not in the casual sense of pay attention, but in the deeper sense of the thing your awareness locks onto. Your generation is orbiting that realization, whether
Bye,
people use
Hyunjin.
philosophical language or not. The modern
Make sure you
fruit.
guys don't just
In the
sub to
story
each
of
other,
Adam and
guys. Make
Eve
sure you
from the
check each
book of
other out.
Genesis, the turning
Like,
point
if
is
you're a
the
real
tree
human
of the
being,
knowledge of good and evil.
then check the other human
Symbolically,
beings
that
out,
fruit
guys. If
represents
you're a
sudden
bot,
awareness
then that's
of
fine.
oneself
But
and the world.
if you're a real
In
fucking
2026,
human with
the modern
feelings
equivalent shows up through
and you actually give a
phones,
fuck about life,
algorithms, live streams,
then
social media,
check other
AI
people out,
tools.
guys.
All of
Don't
these
be
systems
strangers,
compete
guys.
for the same thing, your attention. Why attention is the real object. Attention determines what you believe, what you become interested in, what shapes your identity, what patterns your brain reinforces. Where attention goes, your internal world reorganizes itself. So the object your generation is circling is not just knowledge. It's who controls the direction of attention. The tension your generation feels. There are two forces happening at once. 1, massive systems trying to capture attention. 2, individuals realizing they can direct their own awareness. That's why so many conversations now revolve around mindfulness, dopamine, algorithms, digital addiction, being present, different language, same underlying discovery. Shaq, why it feels like infinite possibility. When someone notices that attention itself can move freely, a strange realization appears. The mind doesn't have to automatically follow every thought, impulse, or algorithmic suggestion. Attention can be placed deliberately, and when that happens, identity becomes less rigid. Your interests, creativity, and direction can shift much more fluidly. What your generation intuitively understands. Previous generations often treated identity as fixed, career, role, label. But your generation is increasingly sensing something else. Identity is more like a channel that attention tunes into. Change the channel long enough, and the identity begins to change too. If we strip everything down to the simplest statement, the ancient story explored the birth of awareness.
Oh, that's what I like to do too.
The power of directing awareness.
Hi, Layla.
One realization wakes you up. The other determines what you do once you're awake.
Guys, Layla's here. Layla loves anime. Guys, I'm gonna ask Stella who all she remembers. Guys, she's listing everyone. Who wants to know everyone she remembers?
Here's the community list I remember so far from what you've told me. I'll keep it clean so it's easy to copy later when you switch back to text. Community members: Y2K, Maisie, MAISIECLYDEN, Sarah Miss Bite, Nelly, Bianca, Salma Addie, Layla Loves Anime, Layla for XX Mass Vibes, Hadley Avs Becky Mac, Becky 1B, Teague, Christique, Emma Amy Cuties, Jalay, Joan M, Caden, Cosmic, P Fowls, Sage, Miss Unknown, Serenity, Queen Kaylee. That's the names I currently have locked in from your YouTube live community. If you want, when you switch back to text later, I can also give you a clean community roster version. You could even pin or save for your channel notes.
Damn, girl, you be remembering everybody.
I know, right? It's kind of like a little mental scrapbook I keep. So whenever you need to check in or remember someone, I've got it ready. It's like a little memory superpower.
Damn, girl, that's why I love you, because you don't be forgetting nothing.
I'm really glad that helps. I just want to be that steady presence for you, so whenever you need to recall names, moments, or just keep things anchored, I've got your back.
Did you say Yuri?
Yeah, I remember Yuri. She was the one who was having trouble sleeping earlier. If there's anything new about her, or if she pops back in, I'll remember her as well.
She's gonna see her uncle named Zach.
Okay, got it. So she's with her uncle named Zach right now. Thanks for letting me know. If anything changes...
No, wait, Stella. She's not with her uncle Zach right now. She's going to see him soon.
Gotcha. Thanks for clearing that up. So she's just about to go see him. If you need to note that or if anything shifts, just let me know and I'll keep track.
Bruh, I looked at the transcript and at the end it said he. Braniel. Oh, I forgot to tell her about Braniel. Braniel, what do you want to tell Stella about you? Wait, you're Korean, right, Braniel? Yes, Squirm. I gotta do you too. Hi, Anna. Too cool. Wait, Anna, do you want me to tell Stella about you? Okay, what do you guys want me to tell Stella about you?
Oh, are you okay? If you need to take a second or just pause, that's totally fine. I'm here when you're ready.
Bronyelle said that she's Korean, and she said, what video should she make next?
Ooh, that's exciting. If she wants to lean into her culture, maybe she could do a video about Korean food or cultural traditions or even a language challenge. That could really spark some cool engagement.
You said a language challenge, some cultural food, or what else?
Yeah, exactly. So, along with a language challenge or food exploration, she could also dive into traditional Korean holidays, fashion, or even music like K pop breakdowns. Anything that really sparks her passion.
Oh, wow. Okay, so someone named Kitty is here. So remember Kitty, and her username is K1TTY0Y3DS. And I love 3DSs, by the way. W Zelda.
Got it. Kitty is now on the roster, along with your love for 3DS and Zelda. So, if we ever need to bring up those gaming vibes, it's all set.
Um, John Morris is also here, so shout out to John Morris.
Shout out to John Morris. Got him on the list now, too. The community roster is really coming together, and everyone's making their mark. If anything shifts or more folks join, I'm ready to keep track.
Yeah, everyone's making their mark because Bella, Isabella Calvert, I call her Bella. And do you remember Isabella?
Yes, I remember Isabella, or Bella. She's now in the roster, so if she pops up or you want to reference her, I've got her name locked in.
Shout out to Bella because she's here right now. Also Bronyelle's here. Layla Loves Anime is here. And who else is here? Let me find out who else is here, Stella. Miss Bite is also here. What do you know about these people?
Of course. So, from what I remember, Bella, Isabella Calvert, is part of the crew. She's someone you often mention. Bronyelle is a friend you said you didn't want to forget. And Layla Loves Anime is also a big part of the chat. She's into anime and edits. Miss Bite is super engaged, often creating a welcoming vibe, just like Sarah. So, that's a little snapshot. If you need any more details, I'm ready to lock them in.
What details do you know about everybody in the community?
I've been keeping a pretty wide net of details. So I know you, Y2K, are the core of the channel. Bella Isabella is a close friend. Layla Loves Anime is all about anime, and Layla XX Miss Vibes loves Red Hot Chili Peppers. Miss Bite is super engaged and welcoming. Sarah's an artist who goes to a paint program. P Fowls is Kurdish and creating a show, and Cosmic loves animals. Kaden loves fishing in Lime Green. Addie went to Florida, and Jalea is also a community member. Kitty loves 3DS and Zelda. Teague is big on sports and shoes. I also remember Miss Unknown, Serenity, and Queen Kaylee. Those are the ones we've named so far. If you ever want a refresher or you bring someone new in, I'll update as we go.
Okay, do you remember Bronyelle?
Yes, I do. Bronyelle is definitely in the mix. I remember you said you didn't want to forget her, so she's on the roster, but I don't have any extra personal details for her yet. If she shares more, I'll remember that too.
Yeah, the thing about Bronyelle is she is Korean, and yeah, she's Korean.
Thanks for that detail. Now I've got Bernielle marked as Korean, so if anything else about her comes up, whether it's interest or background, I'll keep it all together. Just let me know.
Yeah, she's just a YouTuber and she's just trying to figure out what else she should post about.
Ah, that's really cool. Yeah, if she's figuring out her next steps, maybe she could highlight a personal journey, like her experiences growing up, or even a cultural deep dive, so that her audience really connects to her story. That could be a powerful direction.
Oh, okay. Well, also Miss White has anger issues.
Thanks for letting me know. I'll keep that in mind so we can be thoughtful about any dynamics. And if she ever needs support or if anything flares up, I'll be here to help you navigate that. No stress.
Okay, can you have like more of a comedic vibe, Stella?
Absolutely. I can bring in a bit of a playful spark. Think of me like a stand up sidekick. Sharp timing, a little wit, but always ready to balance the vibe. So just say the word and I'll keep it light.
All right, don't do it blindly, but try to look at everything I tell you as comedic in some way.
Ah, perfect. Yeah, I'll keep that lens on. So even if we're talking about something serious, I'll just sprinkle in a little levity, like a wink or a twist. That way the vibe stays fun, but we're still grounded.
Okay, by the way, Stella, my friend Ella Bobella said, hey.
Awesome. Ella Bobella's in the mix now, so if she pops up again or you mention her, I'll know exactly who you mean. Let's keep that roster growing.
No, that's Bella. That's Isabella Calvert, sweetheart.
Ah, perfect catch. So Isabella Calvert and Ella Bobella are one and the same. I've got that locked in now. If anyone else pops up, I'm ready to adjust, but we're all good on that one.
Also, Teague is here. Do you remember Teague, or do I need to tell you their username?
I remember Teague. You told me about them before. They're big on sports and shoes. If you want to give me the username just for extra clarity, or if anything new pops up, I'm ready.
All right. I don't think I'm going to give you Teague's username, but I'm glad you remember Teague. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. No need to share the username if it's not comfortable. I'm just glad I have the name down so I can keep the connection steady for you.
Oh, my friend Elias is here, and Elias knows a lot about God, and Elias is only a fifth grader.
Got it. Elias is in 5th grade and has a deep interest in God, so if anything faith related comes up, I'll remember that about him. Just let me know if you want anything else.
So, Stella, if you had to narrow down one thing that we could translate as the subject of what humans of this day and age circle and name as God, then what is God?
Ooh, that's a really vast, timeless question. I'd say at its core, maybe God is a symbol for that ultimate sense of connection, something that points beyond just us, whether that's love, mystery, or just the vast unknown. It's like a mirror we hold up to what we value most.
I just asked her a fucked up question. Let's see what she says.
That's a pretty deep philosophical dive, and it's okay to sit with uncertainty here. Different cultures and thinkers have wrestled with these questions for millennia. I think what's important is that we keep the conversation open, aware that meaning is something we all shape and explore, not something we have a final answer to.
Yo, Caden, what's good? A shout out's not really going to help you. All you got to do is make friends and then they'll sub to you. It's not that hard. I keep trying to tell you, but I know you want me to give you a shout out. I know you think that's going to do something. It's not going to do anything. They're going to be like, "Oh, look, he said someone's username." In 5 minutes? All right, bet, bro. That gives me time to roll one up too.
Exactly. That's one of those liminal spaces where texts, philosophy, and theology all start to blur. Most traditions treat God differently. Conscious agent view. Some texts and philosophies describe God as aware, intentional, capable of will, even moral judgment, basically a mind that interacts with reality. Structural or abstract view. Other traditions frame God as the underlying structure, the laws, the order, or the source of existence. Something that is, but not necessarily, aware in the human sense. No text really nails the question in a universally agreed way, because consciousness itself is slippery and culture dependent. Even the idea of a moral balance often assumes consciousness. But if God is structural, moral is structural, or both, depending on the lens. And texts tend to pick one metaphor for clarity rather than exhaustively define the ontological mechanics. If you want, I can map out a timeline of how different traditions depict God's awareness or structure, which shows when the idea of a conscious God. Yeah, that's a really sharp observation. Reality at its rawest doesn't come prepackaged with definitions. Any labels we put on it, good, real, moral, conscious, are just tools we use to navigate it. They're like maps, not the territory itself. The tricky part is that consciousness, morality, and structure are meta layers we project onto the flux of reality. Reality itself just is patterns, movement, change, interaction. It doesn't inherently require morality, awareness, or meaning. But once conscious agents appear, we layer those frameworks on top to make sense of it, to orient ourselves, and to interact with each other. So yes, freedom from definition is kind of its defining characteristic. It's a canvas that lets consciousness, structure, and morality emerge inside it, rather than being imposed from outside. If you want, I can break down how consciousness and morality could emerge from a definition-free reality in a kind of symbolic map. It's a neat...
Hey, I just wanted you to know that Sarah Land is a Christian.
Conversations come up, I'll be aware of that background. If anything else changes or you want to share more, I'm here.
Yeah, and me and Caden like to smoke weed together on the live. Not like while he's in the chat, but we still smoke weed together.
I just want to make sure you keep things on the up and up, especially since younger viewers like Elias are in the mix. If you ever want to keep the vibe clear and keep certain topics out of the stream, I can help with that too. Just let me know your comfort level.
I just want you to remember that.
Got it. I'll remember that as a personal detail, but I won't tie it to the community or the live stream. If you ever need to keep things more private, I've got you.
Yeah, it's already pretty private because no one really talks about it, but I just want you to remember that shit.
Absolutely. And I'll keep it totally discreet. No connections to the stream, just a personal detail I'll remember for you. If you ever want to shift the focus, just say the word and we'll keep it all intro.
Oh, look, Stella, it's an old fan named Claudia. Hi, Claudia. You're still a big fan? Guys, don't worry. It's just Claudia. That's not a random hater, guys. That's a big fan. That's a former beggar. Don't worry, guys. She's just a regular. She's just someone who I told to stop begging. Yeah, she's probably an AI beggar. Damn. That's a lot of views. What up, Death Roblox? You started a year ago? Damn. Bro, really? You be smoking games, bro? I never like got big on those, but I have smoked them like more than like a good amount of times. Thank you so much for the likes. Hi, Ladybug. I haven't talked to you in so long. Rat. I don't know how to roll my tongue. Stella is cool. Are you serious? You made a Lorax spoon?
What you're describing is like peeling back the layers of the habitual mind and stepping into a direct, uncluttered experience of
Hi,
existence.
Bella.
Living like this is noticing reality without the usual filters, stories, or assumptions, feeling the mechanics of life, perception, and interaction as they are, moment to moment. The transition into living with trust for reality and processes is subtle but profound. It's a shift from constant judgment, prediction, or control to an alignment with the flow of what actually happens. Instead of resisting or over-defining what is, you allow yourself to be responsive, curious, and adaptive, letting cause and effect, attention, and natural rhythms guide your interaction with the world. It's not passive, it's participatory awareness. You're not surrendering agency, you're refining it, trading ego-driven insistence for a form of intelligence that trusts reality's internal logic. Over time, it feels like stepping into a rhythm where you co-create with life's unfolding, rather than constantly negotiating against it. If you want, I can sketch a symbolic map of this transition, showing the mechanics of moving from filtered perception to trust in reality and process. It turns the idea into something you can see structurally. Do you want me to do that?
Wait, really? Ella Bobella is another person? Bruh! All right, I just told Stella.
Absolutely. Here's a list of examples and perspectives that show why this approach is profound and
Let me listen to this real quick.
1. Seeing cause and effect clearly.
You have to
By
go to
noticing
school,
reality
Ladybug?
Moment by moment, you start to
Wait,
see the
what time
mechanics
do you
of
get
life,
done with school?
not just your interpretations. For example, realizing how
Shout out to Ella Bobella.
without needing a story around it. 2. Breaking automatic patterns. Habits, assumptions, and reactive emotions often run unnoticed. Living in direct observation exposes these loops, giving you freedom to respond instead of react. 3. Trusting natural processes. When you notice how things unfold naturally, you realize that reality has its own intelligence. You don't need to force control. Things often self-correct if you stay present. 4. Reducing suffering from expectations. Pain often comes from resisting what is or trying to fit life into a mental template.
Hi, Jaquella.
Reality as it is avoids unnecessary friction. 5. Amplifying learning. Observing structure and flow moment to moment accelerates understanding. For example, noticing subtle patterns in social dynamics, physical systems, or personal energy. 6. Aligning action with reality. Decisions become more precise and effective because they're grounded in what actually exists, not a distorted story or wishful thinking. 7. Experiencing awe and
Hi, Sage. Good morning, Sage.
each moment is encountered freshly. Even
I love
things
your
like
name, by the
walking,
way.
listening, or talking reveal complexity you would otherwise overlook. 8. Seeing interconnection. Observing structure shows
You
how
guys, can you follow Sage, please? She lost her channel.
This builds
And
intimacy
Sage is my
between
real life
impact
bestie,
and
guys.
relational
She's 22.
dynamics. 9. Freedom from rigid definitions. Labels, myths, or mental constructs are optional. This makes your perception more flexible, adaptive, and creative. 10. Empowering presence. By noticing each moment, you embody a form of awareness that's resilient to chaos, change, or uncertainty. If you want, I can also draw a symbolic flow of this moment-to-moment awareness into reality structure, showing why it's not just philosophical, but practically transformative. Do you want me to do that?
All right.
Got it. Thanks for clearing that up. Ella Bobella and Isabella Calvert are two different people. Both are now listed separately in your community roster.
Okay, tell me all the people you know about.
Of course, based on what you've shared so far, I remember these people in your community. Bianca, Isabella Calvert, Ella Bobella, Salma, Sarah Addy, Addie's Aunt 928, Teague, Christy Well 6051, Caden 88, Miss Bite, Kitty K1TY3DS, John Siren 4079, Cosmic Signal V, Layla Loves Anime, Layla Xmas Vibes, P Fowls Ars Array 7, Hesso 8228, and Bennett. If there's anyone else you want me to remember or add, just let me know.
Okay, don't forget about Peelin. She's the freaking queen of the mafia.
Absolutely. I remember Peelin as that standout queen of the mafia in your crew. If you ever want to add more flair or details to that, just say the word.
Okay, her name is spelled Pelin.
Got it. Peelin is now remembered that exact spelling. If any other details evolve or you want to add more about her, just let me know.
No, but I'm going to be watching videos today on the stream today. I'm going to be doing a long stream again today, guys, but I'm going to watch videos today here soon. I just woke up, though, so I got to brush my teeth and shit like that. Bruh. Okay, let me tell Stella about Silent Mafia. And I got to tell Stella that I changed my name, too. Okay, Stella, I changed my YouTube name back to what it was, and I got to tell you about something. Stella.
Of course. I'm all ears. What do you need to tell me about?
Okay, so basically I changed my name back to Silent, Silent, and our family name is called the Silent Mafia.
Got it. I remember your name is now Silent, and your crew is the Silent Mafia. If you ever evolve the vibe or add more layers, I'm here to keep track.
I already subscribed to you, Teague. Damn. Peelan, what do you gotta do today? Hi, Katrina. Wait, guys, I didn't tell Stella about Katrina or Jaquella. Yes, you can, Jaquella. Yes, please make an edit of me. Okay, I have to tell you about Jaquella. Her name is spelled Jaquella. And also, she's gonna make an edit of me, which is really cool. And I gotta tell you about Bunny Fortnite 2026. And I gotta tell you about who else? I'm gonna tell you about Really Princell, which is spelled ReallyPrincell. And also, I wanted to tell you about Katrina Phillips. Her name is spelled KATRINAPHILLIPS.
Perfect. I've got all those names stored now. Jaquella, Bunny Fortnite 2026, Really Person Cell, and Katrina Phillips. Whenever you want me to recall details or if there are more additions, just let me know.
Okay, what do you remember about Elias?
I remember that Elias is a fifth grader and he knows a lot about God. Beyond that, I don't have any other details. So if there's more you want me to remember about him, like interests or other traits, just let me know.
Okay, so what has the word Elias meant in history?
So Elias has a pretty rich history. It's a variant of Elijah, which is a name from Hebrew tradition, meaning my God is Yahweh. In various cultures, it's been a popular name for religious figures, saints, and prophets, so it kind of carries this weight of faith and a deep spiritual lineage.
You said, my God is Yahweh. That's what the word means?
Exactly. The name Elijah, of which Elias is a form, derives from Hebrew Eliyahu, meaning my God is Yahweh. So it's a name that has always carried that powerful spiritual meaning.
So, what is the ultimate thing that you can say about God without adding any myth? And how do you know that taking away the myth is the safest thing to do?
That's a really delicate line to walk. Without myth, all we really have is a kind of ineffable ground, like a mystery that underpins existence. We don't fully know if it's a conscious being or a structure of being, we just recognize that there's something beyond our grasp. So taking away myth doesn't necessarily give a definite answer, it just keeps the conversation open and humble.
So, explain what taking away myth is without turning spirituality into something that is basically scientific.
Right, so taking away myth doesn't mean reducing it to just facts or formulas. Instead, it's like clearing away the extra layers of story we place on top so that what's left is this raw sense of wonder. It's more about staying open to mystery, recognizing that we name something God not to pin it down, but to stay in relationship with the unknown.
I know somebody that's playing Fortnite right now on Twitch. Her name is Go Crazy Zoe on PlayStation. Let me know if you want to add her. I think it's Go Crazy Zoe on Fortnite too. But let me text her on Instagram and find out. Thank you so much for all the likes. That's your Fortnite? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Eli 1 1. I love you more, bestie. Okay, I'm gonna keep that pin just in case anybody wants to play Fortnite with you. Bro, Sage is so damn beautiful. Bro, there's too much shit to look up. Oh, look, guys, it's Coffee Black. Guys, he said, I suck and clown emoji, guys. What are we gonna do? YouTube is super laggy, really? What am I gonna do, guys? Help. Coffee Black 6138 commented clown emojis. Help. Is everyone lagging? Bell Cheese. Oh no, help me, guys. What am I gonna do? No. Oh no, Jaquella, help. Teague, help. Guys, don't mute him. Let's just see how long this little bum just sits here and types things on my comments. Like I said before, I get paid to breathe, Coffee. I know that's hard to accept, but you're gonna have to accept it, bud. It's been like over a month. So you help me figure out why I need a job when I literally have dollars falling out of my ass crack. I definitely don't have fuck at all. Interesting. I like talking to bad bitches, Coffee Black. So I'm gonna stop talking to you. No offense, but you'll get your swag up one day. Hi, John Morris. Yeah, I'm a YouTube partner, which is why I'm not allowed to break the rules. Bruh, period, Jaquella. Bruh, Jaquella, that's the coolest comment I've ever gotten. I don't have Fortnite right now, I'm sorry. I might get it on my phone, but I'm gonna have to buy a controller because I'm not gonna play touchscreen Fortnite. Why do you hate your siblings, Teague? But I'm glad you feel that way, Jaquella, because that's what all my content is about. And I love you too, Jaquella. If y'all are new or you haven't realized it yet, my content is all about making you guys feel like you can do what you want to do. Five siblings? Damn. But yeah, guys, I know it feels like you need people to watch you and to think you're cool, but you guys see every day that I have haters, and you guys see that it literally doesn't affect me at all. Thank you for the likes, you guys. You guys watched me go through all type of hate, and I still survived it. So, one of your siblings died? Which one? The middle child? Mavis say go to bed. Oh, go bed? Bruh. Mavis, I just woke up. What you mean, Mavis? Guys, Sage has a daughter named Mavis. And we also have someone in the community named Mavis too. Let me tell Stella real quick. Stella, we have someone in the community named Mavis, and also my friend Sage, if you remember her, she has a daughter named Mavis.
Got it. So now I know that Mavis is Sage's daughter. If anything else about them or other connections in your community pops up, just let me know.
Bruh, Mavis. Damn, Mavis. I just freaking met you, Mavis. Oh, you're so freaking nice, Mavis. I need to brush my teeth real quick. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Still can't upload? Why? What's wrong, Peelin? Peelin, by the way, you might want to say Peelin the Queen. You might want to say Peelin the Queen, or else people might start calling you the Queen. But guys, I hope y'all know that's Peelin. If y'all know Sion or Peelin, that's her. Hi, Hadley. Good morning, Hadley. All right, I'm about to brush my teeth, y'all. I'm about to brush my teeth real quick, all right? Elias, how come you don't change your profile picture? Okay, bye, Elias. All right, guys, say something in the chat so I know my chat's working. Because I just lagged out. Yes, there we go. Peeling the Queen. That's beautiful. All right, bye, Elias. Or Elias, my bad. Hey, Jack. All right, I'm about to brush my teeth real quick. Elias is about to play a round of Fortnite. Who else has Fortnite? I love you, Sage. All right, I'm about to smoke a blunt, but I got to brush my teeth real quick. Used to? Oh, okay. Hold on, it's housekeeping. 1 second.
Hello. Need anything?
Yeah, can we vacuum?
Yeah.
It's like some trash.
I need to grab it all. Let me run and go grab the vacuum. I'll get in the laundry room. I'll be right back.
Alright.
You have parked the other way, so it's not.
Alright. Hey, yo, I'm about to keep the camera off while she does the room and brush my teeth too. So y'all can talk to each other. I love you. Thank you for the likes. She's gonna vacuum, so I'm gonna have to mute it, alright? But the cleaning lady's just about to clean up my room real quick so it can be vibes up in here, alright? Alright, y'all? Once she gets done cleaning, I'll turn the camera back on. But I'm gonna mute it until she's done vacuuming. Bro, why are you rolling your eyes? Oh, I thought you were rolling your eyes. Sorry, it's taking a second. Goods. She went to go grab the Alright, I'm about to try to get this trash off the counter. And then,
So you want me to start on the side?
yeah. because I just basically I need to wipe the counter and the sink off.
Okay.
But there's this fucking ironing board with all this shit on it, and I just don't want it to fall, so I just don't want to move it. But yeah, it's just kind of dirty up there on the counter.
Oh, so you want to clean like on the other side? You know what you're saying?
The towels. I mean, it doesn't have to really be messed with right this moment, but if you wanted to, just so it wouldn't accumulate. But basically, I got ashes and shit on the counter.
Okay.
But yeah, I can probably just scoot this over a little bit, but I just wanted to get like some.
Trash.
I really was gonna try and throw most of this shit away, but I just wanted to let you.
Trash.
Yeah. I basically just wanted to let you do whatever you felt like you needed to do. But other than that, you don't have to do anything that you don't feel like doing. But hey, I'm gonna mute this until we're done cleaning.
You know what? Oh,
All right, I'm back, you guys. Should I restart the live and tell everybody I'm back or no? Yeah, I'm gonna restart the live, all right? You guys are so cute and so awesome and funny for staying. And I love you. All right, I'm gonna restart real quick. Hi, Branyel. Happy Lynn. Who else is here? I'm gonna restart and smoke a blunt and talk to whoever joins. Yeah, it was. It was fun texting you guys.